Welcome back to Tahoe Tonight. I'm glad you're with us this evening. With me now, Chris Mertens from the Lake Tahoe Bicycle Coalition. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for stopping by this evening.
My pleasure.
Did you bike here? Days are getting shorter.
You know, I wish I could say I did, but I had to drive, unfortunately. If I did bike, I would be wearing all kinds of reflective material, though, because it's getting dark earlier these days.
These days are getting shorter. People getting off work, and I'm seeing a lot of bikes around that twilight time of day.
Yep.
And a lot of the bikes I've seen, for some reason, just lately, the lighting on the front of the bike. So,
well, hey, you know, we encourage folks to be as visible as possible. Definitely a front and a bike light. Flashing or not flashing, it's all good, and get those lights as bright as possible, because you know, we want to be visible out there. It's a safety thing for sure.
Yeah, I have to say, the more obnoxious that blinky mine is so bright and so fast flash. I look at it and I'm like, God. But that's what you want.
No, we have all these curvy roads in Tahoe, and there's all these blind corners, and having that light and wearing, you know, really brightly colored shirts and stuff is also really helpful.
Yes, and it's just that time of year where the temperatures during the day are just beautiful to be outside, but the shorter daytime really speak to, you need to wear that bright clothing if you're going to be out enjoying this time of year.
Definitely, and you know, especially if you're going to be biking these days, there's so much traffic, so much construction traffic, and it's a great time to be on a bike, because a lot of times you see those bikers and they're passing all the cars. They're going faster than you are sitting in a traffic jam, so it's just a good time to be out and about in Tahoe.
And I have to give big props out to the sign people out there flipping the sign around, because they have been, I see them more times now than not, letting the cyclists go all the way through that construction zone before they let vehicles through, which is really cool.
Yep, and they have good, you know, share the road signs in those construction areas, reminding folks the lanes are narrower, but there's still bikers going through. So props to those guys for sure. They're doing a great job.
For sure. What are some other tips?
Yeah, so we have this awesome website, TahoeBike.org, that has a whole list of biking tips in Tahoe.
Cool.
So everything from, you know, if you are on a bike trail, trying to remember that there's going to be, you know, kids in strollers and people who are riding more slowly than you, and families. And so just remembering, you know, go slow if you're on a bike trail. Recognize there's going to be a lot of different types of users out there. You know, another good tip that we have that you may not think of if you are planning on riding around the lake, which a lot of people do, we recommend you go clockwise, because chances are you're going to want to go to a beach, or you're going to want to go to that overlook. It's easier to make a right-hand turn off the road than it is to make a left-hand turn where you have to cross a bunch of traffic coming straight at you.
So true.
And so these, you know, these are all things that you may not think of, you may not think about, and we've got a whole list of them. We've got a bunch of great videos on our website, TahoeBike.org, that kind of, you know, it explains these things to you in a way that folks can understand, and some things you may not think about.
I'm done at 72 miles anyways, man.
Yeah, I know. Why add the extra couple of miles on?
Exactly. All right, getting you around the lake, you also have a new map out, which is super cool. So this is part of it, and this is the other side of it. And it's also very mobile friendly. Yep.
We've got everywhere from Truckee all the way down to South Lake and Myers on that map. And so, you know, the hard copy is here. We just updated this this summer. So it's got all the new bike trails that have gone in over the last couple of years. And you can get this map at pretty much any bike shop, visitor center in the Tahoe Basin, and beyond, really. We've actually had these maps distributed throughout California. And so they're free. Come pick one up. You can also check out the online version of this map, which is interactive. You know, you can click on where you want to go. You can do it. There's a trip planner function. This is all on TahoeBike.org. So you can type in, you know, if I'm in Truckee and I want to ride to the other side of Truckee, or I want to ride to Donner Lake, you can input that into the trip finder, and it'll tell you the safest route to get there on a bike, which is really neat. I think really useful for folks.
That's fantastic. Hey, thanks for stopping by this evening.
My pleasure. Yeah,
this is
thanks
wonderful
for having
information.
Me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Always. You're always welcome. Thank you very much. We're going to send it to break. We'll be right back.